Good afternoon, my name is John Johnson with Duct-EZ. I work in product development. Today we're going to test our Duct-EZ air gasket product against three of the major competitors. We're testing for pliability, durability, flexibility, ease of drywall application, which we think is one of the most critical parts of an air gasket working properly. If the drywaller is shoving his board up the vertical studs to go over top of the top plate, whether it be in residential or commercial applications, if it grabs or tears the product, there will be no performance. There will be no air sealing. We're going to show you today how Duct-EZ air gasket is far superior to any of the competitive products. We're going to do this mimicking the south-southwest climate zones where it's hot and dry. We're going to get started. We've applied the three competitive products to the right. We did one in thinner and one in thicker, and of course Duct-EZ being over here on the far left. We're going to watch this for 24 hours and see what happens. So it's been about 24 hours. We're going to see how flexible the product is when the drywall is pushed against it. You can see it indents a little bit. It's on thicker on the bottom, so it takes longer to cure, so it's still really tough to get up after 24 hours. But if you push on it hard enough, it'll move. The top was thinner and cured out quicker, and you just couldn't hardly get anything out of it. This product here grabs real hard onto the drywall, and you got to work your way up. It's possibly going to tear it and cause issues there and cause a failure. When we take the drywall against it, though, it gives you pretty good compression down, so from that standpoint it works well. The other product is the same as the other. We put it on a little thicker. Again, it takes longer to cure, but it's awful hard to get up. And then the thinner part, is just virtually impossible to move, and that's the way it works. The Duct-EZ, it's just gets a little skin on it and it stays pliable. It'll stay like that forever. You can just push the drywall down on it and it'll stay there. It just seals up the wall and it doesn't give you any bowing or anything. We're going to take some plastic here and screw it down against each one. Keep in mind this plastic is much stronger than your drywall. So as we screw it down here, it's going to compress, but there's a lot of pressure against it, and I'm not sure if the drywall would crack or bow or what it would do, but we'll show you the gaps here after we get these done. That's pushed out quite a bit from the wall. This went down pretty well, but you can see where it was torn there at the top, where it's a light color, where the wood's showing through. And then you'll see with the air gasket here that it'll just go down flat and seal everything up without too much trouble whatsoever. So we're going to show you a side view here, and as you can see how much it's sticking out from the wall. So as you're looking down a long wall and it's painted, you're going to see some bowing. The second product looks like it stayed down pretty well, but a little tough getting the drywall up. Third product was the same as the first, still bowed out, and then of course the air gasket itself is flush against the wall. So there you have it. Those are the products that we tested against Duct-EZ air gasket. We feel we performed pretty well and that you'd be very happy with the product. So what we did here is we're going to apply each product on a 2x4, which would mimic a top plate, and we're going to set them inside of a freezer to see how they do in cold conditions. The Duct-EZ air gasket product can be applied clear down to minus 75 degrees. These other products, their claims are anywhere from I think 15 to 20 degrees or even 30 degrees. So we're going to stick this in here and we're going to leave it for a few hours. In fact, we'd probably leave it overnight. As we put it in, you can see that it was about 75 degrees where we applied it and we stuck it in the freezer. And now, several hours later, you can see we're at about 3 degrees Fahrenheit. Got a little colder than we had anticipated it would be. That's into the wood, but you can see on the white thermostat that it's about 14 degrees. So we're going to see how pliable this is and how well it works and what happens after it's been frozen overnight in what I would call Midwest cold conditions. You can see there's no pliability with the first three, but again, Duct-EZ hasn't changed. It just gets a skin on it, and there you go. You can see that, whoa, we weren't ready for that. That product just tore right off. But the other products are frozen. Again, you can see how hard it is to push it up. But with Duct-EZ, it stays pliable, and there you are. It seals right up. So now we're going to take the plastic and put it down. You can see the thicker it was, the longer it's going to take for it to cure. Of course, this product here, it ripped right off and came right off. As we're pushing the plastic down here, you can see it flattens out some, but it's just not going to work out. And then you can see the air gasket is actually down flush. So it doesn't matter if it's hot or cold with the air gasket. It'll work in any temperature conditions, and it'll stay pliable, and after a few hours it'll have a skin on it.